Women are awesome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome out to the Women Are Awesome podcast presented by Penis Esports. I am Dallas, and I am joined today by my friend Bryce. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey, everybody. I'm Bryce from Penis Esports, and we're here today to celebrate all the awesome women in our lives and out.
Yeah, there are so many great women, and in a time such as this where there's so much just division and this is a fucked up country where a lot of really bad things are going on, we thought it would be a little prescient to kind of celebrate female identities, if it were.
Exactly. And really it's great talking about women because women, they don't really understand what makes them so awesome. They don't have an understanding of why they're so cool, so awesome.
Exactly, yeah. Which is why we wanted to take a minute and kind of just spotlight some women that we think are great, talk about why they are so great, and see where it goes from there. So let's get started here. Some great women from history that we are both fans of, people that we think have had an incredible contribution. Betsy Ross is first on the list there. Now, see, Betsy Ross, if you don't know, she created the American flag hundreds of years ago. And hundreds of years ago, women traditionally weren't allowed to make and publish things like flags, kind of art pieces of their own. And this was done at a time, right, where an opportunity like designing the flag for a nation wasn't something that would traditionally be afforded to a woman. Yet she received that opportunity. And she did an incredible job. And I mean, look at the flag today, right? It stood the test of time, standing, loud and proud.
I love that flag. I love the flag. I have one in my room, and every day I wake up, I look at that, and I'm like, wow. You know what? A man could not have made that.
I mean, I certainly know I couldn't have made that. Yeah. We have fun here. But moving on, another incredible woman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who unfortunately passed away recently.
Too soon.
She is someone who, I mean, you and I have a great deal of admiration for.
Right.
I know we've talked about it at length a few times, but she is someone who blazed a trail, really is the only way to put it. She made a path that did not exist for women to enter the field of law.
Exactly.
And to become a member of the Supreme Court, a justice. She became a justice at a time where women were not traditionally Supreme Court justices. She paved the way forward. She had a very long, tenured, successful career making decisions to benefit women.
Exactly.
At the Supreme Court level.
Even in the face of all the haters saying, oh, you need to retire. You're a woman. You need to retire. And you know what she said? She said, no. I am woman, and I am staying in the Supreme Court, and I am going to help women, and she did.
She did. She stayed to her dying breaths on the Supreme Court. She knew for years that she was dying, but did she retire? No, she did not, because she stood proud. She had a job to do, and by God, she did it with the help of her clerks. Moving on.
You know what? In that same vein, Hillary Clinton.
Dude.
What an inspiration she is to young women across the globe.
What is there to say that, I mean, the last thing I want to do on this podcast, because we're still kind of trying to find our voice here. So if you have any suggestions, please, leave them in the comments. The last thing I want to do is retread ground that other people have already tread. But with a woman like her, I mean, what can you say that hasn't already been said, right? Incredible, successful. She's another woman who blazed a trail, right? Women 100 years ago could not have had the success and the tenured career that she has had in Washington. It just wouldn't have been possible. She made opportunities for herself where there were no opportunities. And it's admirable. I think it's admirable. It's incredible, really. It's I mean, no praise is high enough. And I mean,
exactly.
Clearly it runs in the family too. I mean, like, look at her husband, right? Bill Clinton.
I mean, He's so awesome. He's so
One of
cool.
the best presidents like America has just had. Period. Right, going back 300 years, he did an incredible job. I don't know if you saw, but recently, I don't know if you've kind of been keeping track of what he's up to. Masterclass, like the web
Yeah,
series or
yeah.
website or whatever. He made a masterclass on leadership,
Really?
and as someone who I think wants to like eventually be in leadership positions, I watched it, and it's just
Yeah.
there's a lot of insight in there that is very valuable. I think
He's
it
so
teaches a
awesome.
lot. Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I need to go look at that masterclass
I'll send it. Hold on.
soon.
Wait. I'll send it to you. Hold on.
Okay,
Just
please.
give me 1 second
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Just
I love this guy.
I just sent you a link.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check that.
I'm
Wait
gonna
until off air
I'm gonna
because
tap into
we're
that for
recording.
sure.
Yeah, we're just we're like kind of recording it. Just do it after.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just make okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Still kind of finding our footing here, if I'm being honest. Um, moving on, another great woman who I would like to celebrate is Gal Gadot, one of
Oh
my favorite
man,
actresses.
I love her movies. I mean Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 2 were both incredible.
My
I
films of the
mean
year, both years, I think.
exactly. And I was
Yeah,
thinking her acting incredible. Her ability to act in those movies was great.
she was just good. She's one of those rare actresses who has been good in everything she's been in. I don't think I've ever
Exactly.
seen a Gal Gadot performance and gone away, left the theater, with a bitter taste in my mouth. She has just done a bang up job every time I've seen her on screen, and I mean, it's about the highest praise I can give an
Right.
actress. But
She is more than just a pretty face. I mean, she's so talented, and I hope that we could see her in the next Wonder Woman movie.
but moving on, Helen Keller, right? Everyone knows her. Everyone knows
Yeah,
the amount of setbacks she faced, the wall that was in front of her that nonetheless she climbed. It's
exactly.
one of the most inspirational stories from history in general. I mean, the things that she was able to do, the the things she was the places she was able to go,
Right.
the things she was able to do, reaching that far, given how much of a disadvantage she was put at, is it's incredible.
If
I'm
I
struggling
had
for
to
words.
face the things that she faced, I would have given up. Me, I couldn't have done it. But her, she faced those challenges and really paved a way for other women to do the things that she did.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, disabled women before her could not have were not able to do all those things that she did. I mean, she blazed a trail, and I think that's maybe a common theme in a lot of the women that we have this shorthand list of. A lot of women that we want to celebrate and give a spotlight to is that they are paving a path for other women to follow. They are
Right.
making opportunities where there were no opportunities before they came along. And it kind of in keeping with that, Helen Parr,
Yes. Yes, the Helens.
the kind of Helen Parr. I know that when we were making the list, we had Helen Keller. Then we thought, who's another Helen actually from history that we respect a great deal. Helen Parr is someone who
She's
just
great.
heroic is a word that I would use. I feel like
Right.
she embodies kind of the essence of that, right?
Everything that
She's
she's
just a heroic
done is
person.
just
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, it's
It's
just
incredible.
it's so cool just to see a woman be able to do things like that, and no man can do that. I haven't seen any men do that. I haven't even seen many other women do that. She is one of a kind, just absolutely incredible.
Absolutely incredible. There's no other word to describe Helen Parr. She is incredible. And we also want to maybe take a minute here and touch on some women that we respect from fiction, right?
Right. Right.
Because as sad as it is, right, and the trend is starting to go away a little bit now, but female representation in media beyond just pretty faces, right, beyond eye candy for male audiences is something that we feel is very important. And
Yeah, and you know who I love, and one of my favorite pieces of media of fiction of all time, Harry
mm,
Potter, Hermione Granger. What an incredible character. More than just eye candy. She is smart, intelligent, quick-witted. I mean, she is everything.
She really is. I mean, as a kid, I like a lot of other people our age. I grew up on Harry Potter, right? I grew
Right.
up reading the books over and over again. I grew up, in love with the movies, taking all the, what house am I quizzes online, this and
Yeah.
that. And Hufflepuff, by the way,
Hufflepuff,
Hufflepuff,
hey,
Hufflepuff
hey.
gang, yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
I mean, yes, ma'am.
uh, but we Hermione was just a favorite of mine, right? I mean, I don't get me wrong. I loved all the characters in Harry Potter, all the main cast. I felt a lot of personal connection to, but I think Hermione embodies a lot of the traits that I would like to see in myself, right? That I strive to
Right.
attain, right? She's noble. She is kind, very quick witted, and
So smart.
she's someone who does the right thing, even when doing the right thing is the more difficult choice to make.
Yeah, fighting that uphill battle. I mean, that's what she's all about. Just being able to push past where the men stop and carry them up that hill with her. She's the driving force of that series for me.
She is. She really is. And I mean, not to get into too much literary analysis that could be for a future episode, if you guys want, just maybe just like leave a comment. A little bit of literary analysis. Voldemort as a character, right? Maybe has some like oppressive, like patriarchy type vibes,
Yeah,
like kind of the way that he was
ugh.
written to kind of diametrically oppose. Listen, all I'm saying, right? I'm not gonna get into it today, right? I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get into
yeah.
it today. It's for another day, but there's definitely some undertones there. I see what you were doing, J.K. Rowling. I see what you were doing. Moving on, actually, another woman from fiction that I love is Nancy Drew from the Nancy Drew mystery stories, like the
Yes.
detective books. Um, they're great books. I've read a lot of them. I don't know if I've read all of them. I don't know how many there are, but I read a lot of those throughout late elementary into middle school, and it's just as someone who loves detective fiction and mysteries, seeing a traditionally male dominated genre like that, where usually it's these gritty, detective like Hardy type hard boiled guys, seeing a woman, a very capable woman doing incredible things, kind of within that genre is I think it's just great. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that a lot of little girls probably read that and thought, maybe I can be a detective too, and maybe I could,
Hey,
go
not
work
only
law
read,
enforcement and this and that.
I used to play those games. I mean, they were great. I mean,
They had games,
yeah, they had games. They're
really.
mystery games. You go around and you find clues and you ask questions. And it really it feels like you're playing a Batman game.
Can you send me a
But
link?
you're a detective. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, let me grab that real quick. Um, yep, yep. Just sent you a link.
Thank you. Yeah,
Um,
I'll check. I'll wait to like check that out until later. But thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is like they really need to stop putting money into all these Batman games. Can we please get more AAA like Nancy Drew games, more
Yeah, there's great
detective
IPs.
games?
There are great female-led IPs that aren't being touched in favor of rebooting all this crap, right?
Exactly.
And it doesn't make sense to me. It's I'm sorry, but um, moving on to another. This will be the last fictional woman that we talk about. The girl from Black Panther.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
She's
she was
great.
great.
She was
Yeah,
so smart.
yeah, ditto. Poke poke, yo me a coke, but
Hey,
I meant to say Jinx, not Ditto, but I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's
Listen, we
okay.
listen. We're a little silly here. We have a little fun. That's
Yeah,
kind of
a
our
lot
whole
of fun.
thing.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a fun time here. But the girl from Black Panther. I mean, just incredible performance, right? In the first movie, I'm like very much looking forward to the next one.
Hey, she's not just the girl from Black Panther. Actually, in the sequel, she's gonna be Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. She's
No way!
getting a
Oh
big
my
old
god,
promotion right there.
that is so. Thank God, dude. Thank God that we're finally going to have women leading Marvel movies because they're some of
Exactly.
my favorite films, and just seeing how male dominated the genre is, it's upsetting to say the least. It's upsetting. But moving on now, just another shorthand list we have of women that we wanted to celebrate. Um, Starting off with one of the most important women to me growing up, someone that I greatly look up to and admired, Kate Upton.
Kate
Kate Upton,
Upton. Wow.
incredible actress. She was great in The Other Woman. She's just someone who, for a time, was incredibly successful and incredibly popular, and paved the way for other women who want to do the same thing she did. Right?
And you know
She,
who
yeah.
took that path? Who took that path really?
Who?
Scarlett Johansson, Scar Joe. I mean, we talked about the
She's
Marvel
great.
movies. I
Yeah.
love her in
Oh,
those. You know, Black
dude,
Widow's great.
Black Widow was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, I love her other movies too. She was in that one anime movie they made that was
She
great.
was in Lost in Translation.
Yes, she was great in that. And I mean, she's from New York.
Dude, she actually, I don't know if you know this, she just married Colin Jost from SNL.
Really?
Yeah, I am
I
like
love him.
praying to God. I am praying to God that she becomes a cast member in some capacity. She would be,
Oh my
seeing her
god.
on SNL. I mean, I already watch every week, but I would
Yeah.
be like DVRing that
Oh
every. Yeah,
yeah.
I would go to New York to watch a taping of that. I
Right.
wish I could. That would be so. Dude, I really want her to do that. But yeah, she was great. Blake Lively, I think, was great
Yes.
too. The Gossip Girl, I'm a big
Gossip
fan of.
Girl.
It's one of my favorites. I loved it. I watched it a lot as a kid. Um, she was just great in that, right? Just a great performer, great actress. Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, if we want to talk about influential
Wow.
media that we grew up with, the Hunger Games. Are you kidding me, dude? That was the biggest blockbuster of my childhood. Right, I was 12
Exactly.
when the first one came out. I read the books. Uh, she was great in the movies. Right, I loved. I think it
I never
was
read
the
the books.
trilogy.
How was she in the how was she in the books?
Oh, she was so good.
Okay.
She was so incredible. I mean, you saw the movies. Just think about that, and just that quality, that standard of
Wow.
performance, she carried to the books as well.
That is
Which
so
it
good.
was great, dude. I read that in early middle school.
I
It was very influential to me.
I also love Emily Ratajkowski.
Emily Roth, yeah, she is. She was great. Have you seen We Are Your Friends?
Yes, of course. I loved it.
I was a fan too. Yeah, I mean, I hate to keep repeating ourselves, but she was just great in it. Right?
Yeah.
She did a great job. Incredible performance.
I
And
watched that one so much growing up. So
I
much.
liked it a lot. Yeah, like kind of. I think it was a little influential on like kind of my taste in comedy too.
Right.
And something else that was very influential to me, Lily James.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
my God, have you seen Mamma Mia too?
No, they made a second one?
Dude, they fucking made a second one. It was so good. I loved it. I
Oh
saw it
my
in theaters
gosh.
multiple times. She was
Wow.
absolutely incredible in Mamma Mia 2. She was also in, I don't know if you saw, it's a Beatles movie called Yesterday.
Okay, that must have been great.
Have you seen the movie? Because I can explain the kind of concept to you.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, so what it is, you're gonna love this. So Yesterday is about a guy who gets hit by a bus,
Hmm.
a blackout happens, and then when
Uh-huh.
he comes to, everything in the world is the same except the Beatles never existed. So what he
No.
does is he writes all of the Beatles songs and becomes like the most famous musician in the world. Like Ed Sheeran's in it. I love Ed Sheeran. He was in that. He
Yes.
was. I like kind of seeing him there as like a friend to the main character. Lily James was the kind of the deuteragonist of the movie. She
Okay.
was incredible in it.
It's kind of like an isekai, really.
It is an isekai, yeah, yeah. It's an isekai where he gets like transported to another world where the
Yeah.
Beatles never existed, and it's the only way to describe that movie to me is that it's just a load of fun, right? It's fun. The whole family can enjoy it. It's just a good movie. It's one of probably the best movies. I'd give it like maybe like a 9 out of 10. Um, Moving forward a little bit, Elizabeth Turner,
Love
The
her.
Big Break, loved it. Right, it was one of my favorite things that came out in 2018. If I'm being totally honest, it
Yeah.
was great. Jenna Coleman,
Jenna Coleman. Oh my goodness. In Victoria, did you see that?
did you see her in Doctor Who?
Oh my goodness. It's so
Dude,
hard to catch up with
yeah.
Doctor Who, but I'm sure I saw it.
It's so good. She was absolutely great in it. She was. I love Doctor Who, man. Charlotte McKinney
From Baywatch, she was
from
so
Baywatch.
great in that
She was in
movie.
Baywatch. Yeah, she was absolutely incredible. She was in Guest House too. I don't know if you saw it. Came out during
No.
COVID. I absolutely loved it. Felicity Jones.
Star Wars. I mean, what else can you say?
I love Star Wars, dude. Can we? I'm sorry. Can we just take a minute? I love Star Wars so much, right?
Love Star Wars. I
If we
mean,
could,
so many influential women came from that. You have Leia
Leia, yeah.
and Felicity's character in Star Wars. They were both incredible.
I love Felicity's character. Have you seen? Have you been watching Obi-Wan?
Yes, of
It's
course.
so good. Sorry,
It's
we can talk about it after. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, hey, if you guys want to hear about us talking about Star Wars, we just leave a comment, right? I mean,
Yeah, please.
we could definitely talk Star Wars all day, all day. Moving on, Selena Gomez.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I loved it so much. I grew up on Selena Gomez. I really did. I
Yeah,
was just such a big fan of hers
I
growing up.
love Disney.
I love
Selena
Disney. Yeah,
Gomez and Disney go hand in hand.
they do.
They're synonymous.
It's peanut butter and jelly. It really is. It's peanut
Exactly.
butter and jelly. Um, Irina Shayk from Hercules.
From Hercules. Disappointed. I mean, come on.
It's just classic. It's just classic. Abigail Ratchford. Uh,
Yes, she was great.
she
I
was
mean,
yeah,
her reporting just absolutely incredible.
absolutely incredible. I watch Access Hollywood pretty often,
Yeah.
and she does a very good. I think she really embodies the four pillars of journalism, which I don't remember
I
what
love
they
those.
are, but
I
yeah.
love Oh my gosh.
You're familiar with the general concept where it's like
Yes,
you need to
yes.
report like ethically and like report the truth. I think are two of them. Alexis Wren from Last Day on Earth.
Yes. Yes. I mean, so great, so beautiful. I mean, she's the whole package.
She's just the whole package, right? And someone else who I would say is also the whole package, Emma Stone. Have you seen her in
Yes.
La La Land?
Yes, I La La Land, incredible.
It's my favorite movie. I love Ryan Gosling. I love Emma Stone. I
Yes.
love musicals, really.
Yeah, and
So combine all
not
those,
only
duh.
is Emma Stone a great actress, performer, she is a
Uh,
CEO.
she's a
She is a
CEO.
woman in charge, and it's rare you see that nowadays. It's kind of
Good for her,
getting
dude.
pushed to the side. She decided that she is going to take charge and she is going to lead a company where it needs to go, and that's in her direction.
That's in her direction, and that's where all of us should be moving in her
Exactly.
direction. All right.
And with Emma Stone, I mean, Emma Stone, what a great capstone to this.
Capstone. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
It
Yeah,
just
I think.
what a brilliant performer and actress to end on.
Yeah, I mean, just her body of work is just incredible. I mean, the bodies of work of all the women we talked about today are just incredible. And
Yes.
we'll kind of close it out here. But I will say this is that um, we there's a lot of talk about what's going on kind of politically these days. There's so much like division and just hatred and vitriol, and I think history is very dark. It can be very dark. But we have a chance, right? We have the opportunity as people who are living in the current day to move forward and to make our own history, right? And I think we
Exactly.
really should be making history,
Yep. Yep.
if you will.
Say it again. Say it again.
I think we should be making her story.
That's for the people in the back.
That is for the people in the back. Guys, thank you so
You're
much for
not
tuning
listening.
in.
Listen up.
If you're not listening, listen up. Yeah, we listen. We have fun here. We have fun here. But Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 1 of the Women Are Awesome podcast. We'll be back very soon with more episodes and maybe a special guest or two. You can check us out on all major platforms at Penis Esports. They are the ones producing this podcast, and you can follow our personals as well, which will be linked below. Again, guys, thank you so much. Drop down in the comments if you want us to talk about any topics pertaining to women, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.